Hey guys, how's it going? Today we switched it up and went to Mass at the Cathedral downtown, and oh my gosh, was it worth it? They did a renovation not all that long ago and it is gorgeous. I was looking at the wallpaper they have up front and trying to think of a wall that I could put it on here at the house. But in the homily today, they talked about how it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to get into heaven. And the priest who spoke turned it to say that Christ asked a lot of people to let go of their riches in the Bible. And on earth, we have different things that are our riches. We have our health, we have our children, we have our job, we have all these different things that mean a lot to us. And to a rich man, money is the epitome of everything. So he asks the rich people to get rid of their money. Now, if somebody's already poor, how can he ask them to give away their riches? Instead, he says, let it go in other areas. He says, let go of your health. Give me your health. Let go of your children. Give me your children. Let go of whatever it might be and give it to me. Facing health issues myself, facing what I would call situational alcoholism, facing these pieces, hearing that today was so powerful because I very recently had a conversation about the whole camel through the eye of a needle. So hearing that made me think of Haley, and I was like, wow, she just mentioned that, and Haley is just such a sweet woman, such a sweet girl. She so thinking of her in all of this context as well, knowing how much she supports others in their faith walk, knowing how fervently she prays, knowing all of these things, it was so impactful to me to apply it to this piece that I've been struggling with, that I hope to speak on more here in upcoming videos, which is situational alcoholism, which is something that a lot of people don't talk about, where if you're stressed out, like if I'm stressed out, it is my automatic thing to say, I would like a glass of wine right now. That is what will calm me down. I'm feeling uncomfortable in this situation. Where's the wine? Oh, people just showed up. My in-laws are here. Where's the wine? Like all of these pieces. When we're turning to alcohol as a coping mechanism, when we are unable to stop drinking, if we open a bottle of wine when we have company and we're like, hey, where'd it go? I need to top my glass off. These pieces of turning to alcohol, it is situational alcoholism. Full-blown alcoholism, you are physically dependent on alcohol. You get hospitalized, you have liver issues, all of these pieces. And with the whole situational, it's how full-blown alcoholism starts. You have a stressful life event and you choose alcohol, and then you keep choosing it. For me, when I first felt like I was an alcoholic, I was 22. I had been partying a lot through college. I was hanging out with the wrong crowd, and I basically was socially drinking, but I was also drinking far more than the average person would. So eventually, I had a couple of rock bottom moments and decided I have to stop drinking. And so I did, and went to AA. I was sober for about 9 to 10 months. And in that 9 to 10 months, I was diagnosed with my first brain tumor. My oldest older brother died. So I had to be on Percocet for a while because of the brain surgery. And I had no issues with the opioids, which I'm so grateful for. But, and I continued to not drink either through that recovery. I had the surgery in December, and I had my first drink that following February when I was with somebody who was also drinking, who strongly felt that if I felt inclined to drink, that I shouldn't deny myself. And so while it was fully my own choice, I went off, bought the alcohol by myself. It was something that if we encourage one another to turn to alcohol in a time that we are stressed out, it can lead to a demising situation. I'm over on TikTok making parenting videos at this point. I made a couple, and they're kind of sticking, and I really enjoy it. It's a huge part of my life. And I started to make an advice video that I since deleted, but my closing line was, and if none of that works, just have a glass of wine. I thought, I don't really want that. I'm personally not drinking right now, and I don't think that I want to perpetuate a mommy wine culture, because it can lead to situational alcoholism. When I'm stressed, I don't ever drink so much during the day when my husband isn't home that I couldn't drive the girls if I have to go somewhere. No more than one drink an hour or whatever. But when there would be days where it's like, oh, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, oh, it's 11:30. Well, I've already had 2 cups of coffee. It feels like 3 o'clock to me, so why not? And so I would enter into these situations and choose to drink from a box of wine. I buy boxes of wine, and so cheap wine, right? It doesn't even taste good. It's like, it gives you terrible headaches if you drink the wrong kind, and it all just culminated, and I was drinking, I was eating sweet foods because the drinks caused me to crave that, and I was just on this spiral of, I'm gonna sit in my chair and drink wine, so I'm gonna gain weight because I'm eating unhealthy foods. I'm still caring for my daughters, I'm still being present and patient and with them, but I'm not exercising, I'm not making certain things a priority that maybe should be, I'm not making sure that I'm keeping up on regular chores, those once a month type chores are just totally to the wayside. All of these things. So right now I'm still in this transitory place. I just shared on Instagram, on the 27th Sunday of Ordinary Time, I chose firmly and resolutely that I was going to be taking a break from drinking alcohol indefinitely. It was October 3rd, and I basically was just like, I have to take a break. I have to be healthier. I don't even care about this alcoholism word. I don't care if I'm a situational alcoholic. I don't care if I'm full blown. I don't care anything. I don't feel healthy. And I do not need alcohol to feel comfortable. I do not need alcohol to feel secure. I do not need alcohol to cope. I can pray, I can be present, I can exercise, I can, cook, I can do crafting. I have all these other places where I can invest my energy. It does not have to be numbed down by alcohol. So that's where I am today. I mean, it's been I don't know, I think it's a week. But, it's been a good week. I've saved money. I haven't spent any on money. I have not drunk any alcohol. I'm consciously paying attention to what I'm consuming again. And basically just taking this step back and saying, okay, my husband and I, we need to get to confession. Confession is still kind of strange here in Kalamazoo, but, with drive-ups at our parish and not liking doing drive-up confession and whatever else. So, I mean, we have to get to confession first and foremost. But even just today, like I said at the beginning of this video, going to the cathedral, I was confirmed at the cathedral. I converted when I was 21 and committed to nothing but red wine for the rest of my life, which when I went to AA, they said alcoholics tend to whittle down the types of alcohol that they can drink. But they also say that they typically go back to drinking that alcohol that they have nixed. And I have not started, at any point throughout the past 8 years or however many years it's been, have I started drinking any type of alcohol other than red wine. Anyway, so I was confirmed at the cathedral, and it obviously, like I said, had this huge renovation. It is new, it is bright, it is flawless, which is what Christ does to us. He purifies our hearts, he purifies us, and gives us that motivation that we need to continue on in a path of holiness, to draw closer to him, to be more as the saints, to be more as his holy mother, to be more as all of those around us who are also growing in holiness, to display the fruits of the Spirit, to display the gifts of the Holy Spirit, the wisdom and understanding and what those are. And so it was just so great. And I'm so torn, it's a little bit more of a drive to the cathedral, but my husband and I was just like, I think I want to go back. I think that's where we need to be right now. And, I know there have been a couple of you who have really been pushing for us to go to the traditional Latin Mass. And after going today, because our current parish doesn't have kneelers, it drives us both crazy. We are somewhat traditional. We both don't prefer Latin Mass. We've been to Latin Mass. It's just not for us and our children. Maybe one day it will be. Right now it's just not. So, but the cathedral had kneelers, and it was reverent. And my husband said it felt like Mass. It felt like church. It felt like I was actually going to church. Whereas, where we do go at St. Catherine's, it's, there's no kneelers. It's all one level. The musician, it is front and center, whereas at the cathedral they're up top, and you can hear the congregation singing just so clearly. There's no clapping. It feels like home to us. And so I I'm fairly confident we're gonna go back. It's like the same colors as Justine's Holy Family Hearts here over at the little rabbit sign company. It's like this maroon with gold. I'll have to take a picture next week and share it to Instagram because it is just the most gorgeous. You could look it up, St. Augustine's Cathedral, Kalamazoo, Michigan, and you'll see the pictures of the renovation. But anyway, I'm just feeling so inspired right now, and I know that Christ in me is a part of that, and I also feel that I might have found my little niche on TikTok with the parenting stuff, because I have learned so much through the years of how my parents parented and what not to do from that, what positive things they did and how to implement those alongside the shifts and changes. And being able to display those. I'm basically doing scenarios where I play out all 4 parenting styles. I do the yelling and the screaming and threatening with the authoritarian, and then I do the neglectful, where you just don't even pay attention, and I do the authoritative, which is, psychology shows is the best way to parent. It is, gentle parenting or respectful parenting. It's acknowledging needs and helping them process and name their emotions. And then the permissive style parenting, which is, basically whatever you want, child's emotions dictate the outcomes. So I'm doing those, and I just started so I have one video that's just gotten a lot of views, and I'm just so grateful that it's helping people and I'm able to interact with people. They're asking questions. They're like, well, what about this scenario? What could I do here? I'm really struggling with that. And that is like my bread and butter on what fills my tank. I want to be able to help people. I am so happy to help people. And I want to help people who are asking those questions. And for whatever reason, what I'm doing is fitting there. So, that's very encouraging to me. No doubt a gift from the Holy Spirit. I truly feel that God is guiding me in my content, in where I'm pursuing. I made an announcement yesterday that I am going to discontinue utilizing my public Facebook page. Just because I am spread too thin between Instagram and TikTok, and then my personal Facebook, and then public Facebook. And the fact that Instagram and Facebook are now owned by the same company is kind of just odd, because I'll post on Instagram and I'll say, do you want to share to Facebook too? So I'm basically sharing to Facebook without ever logging into the app, and then I forget about it and I miss comments and messages, and I don't know what's going on over there. I'll post a story with a poll, but then it doesn't transcribe the same over on Facebook, and I just don't have the energy for it. So I'm going to only be on Instagram and TikTok, here on YouTube still. I don't know what my schedule is going to look like, but I am so grateful for my patrons. You guys, seriously, I'm about to recruit like Trail or Scott or somebody to message me on the 1st of the month and say, hey, you haven't posted the prayer request thread yet. Hey, we're a week into August or into October. Where's the newsletter? Like something like that. Like somebody to help prompt me, because I so want to engage with you guys, but I just simply lose track of the day. I still haven't, our mortgage and car payment are through my dad, and I have still not paid him for this month. And it's not that we don't have the money set aside or anything. It's just the fact that it's like, oh, is it the 10th already? Oh, whoops, I need to get that over. So I just lose track of time. I'm sure it's, because I'm being present with my girls. I'm home. I'm not on a Monday through Friday type of schedule. I'm on a 24/7 type of schedule. So that's that. But it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it, and I wanted to be able to share that little update with you guys and let you know that we're doing well. And I'm just excited to be able to share more of what's going on in our lives, in my life specifically, and how we're growing, and how, if you guys want me to talk about any particular topics or scenarios, please let me know. I'm so happy to address things individually. But yeah. Other than that, I just pray that God grants you the resources that you need to draw closer to Him, and in turn to those around you. And I pray you're able to make it a great day. I look forward to talking to you again soon.